Hello, my name is Austin, and today I want to talk about transitioning to a college or university as a student with a disability and the importance of being your own self-advocate. A lot of times, students in high school rely on their parents to advocate for themselves and express what accommodations are necessary for them to succeed in an academic environment. In addition, it's important to understand that in high school, the goalposts are aligned a little bit differently. High school goalposts are really focused on success. So therefore, you can do things like modify an essential course outcome, like for example, reducing the number of pages required for an essay or doing a test, let's say orally instead of doing a written examination. But in college, it's all about access. So the goal there is to facilitate that you have the tools necessary to succeed, but we're not going to move any goalposts around and really reduce what the requirements are. Instead, it's about making sure that you have software like text-to-speech or note-taking supports to ensure that you can succeed. And when talking about this, one of the things to really keep in mind is it's important to feel comfortable talking about your disabilities and what accommodations and needs you have as a student with a disability. And I think that you want to do that definitely with the disability office, but also with faculty as well. So kind of developing a little pitch that you can use to talk about those needs and maybe share a little bit about your disability if you're comfortable can be really helpful with the transition. In addition to that, I think it's important to know that a lot of times on campus, the disability office will do the best they can to facilitate access, but they are not going to be knowing exactly what's happening with you every second. So it's important that you feel comfortable going to the disability office if there is an issue or something comes up, because they're not going to know unless you go there and tell them and work out through that issue. So I think that's really important to keep in mind as well. When looking at colleges and universities, a helpful strategy can be to write down the different accommodations and supports that are available on campus. So you make a list of those supports, think about which ones you're going to need. So have like another list kind of with your needs and make sure that they're checking all the boxes of the things that you're looking for in a college or university so that you know you'll have the support necessary to succeed. You can also definitely, asking as many questions as you can, about the different accommodations and how they're fulfilled can be really helpful, because every college or university is going to have a different process for how those accommodations are fulfilled as well. A final aspect to kind of keep in mind, I think, is to really try and establish relationships with your faculty. I really recommend talking with them in office hours, talking about your accommodations, determining how all that stuff will be worked out like the first week of class, because the sooner you establish those things, the easier it is to kind of transition in and you'll feel more comfortable. I also think that with that, you can really talk about what your interests are as well and see how those can be incorporated into the class. I know for myself, I would say I have a hard time, with drawing and handwriting, but I really enjoy projects that allow me to use video editing or Photoshop skills. And so professors would know that if there was some type of poster board project or some other, project going on, that I would be very interested in supplementing it with a video of some sort, or with using photo editing in some capacity. So I think, letting them know things like that can be really beneficial too. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching.